Hey everyone, welcome to Peak D&D's this year's Rose Up. We're going to play in the Star Trek universe this time, and this is the Trouble in 65 Rosas, where 4 of our adventurers go in to try to get them to add to the Federation. We have some new faces helping us out this year. We have Ed Robinson, who's running the Star Trek game that we are playing, and we also have our good friend Will that's going to stand in as a character along with us. Check out the description below to donate to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation on my page / the Peak D&D page on the RoseUp website. Without further ado, here we go.
I am Ed Robinson. I am a friend of Peak D&D. We've known each other for a couple years now, and I love these guys. And tonight we will be, or today, whatever time you're watching this, we will be playing Mophidius Adventure Star Trek role-playing game, which is the best game I have ever played to simulate the Star Trek experience. And I have played all of them that have ever come out since the 1970s. So trust me when I say you want this game if you're a Star Trek fan and a role player. So we are going to play a little one-shot tonight for Rose Up. And I'm going to have players introduce themselves, and then we're going to jump right in. So Ben, kick us off.
Hey everybody, thanks for checking out this video. Welcome to Peak D&D. It's a little different for us today, but I'm Ben, and I am excited to play some Star Trek. I'm probably the biggest Star Trek nerd amongst this crowd, save for Ed Robinson, of course.
Yeah, I'm Max, and more importantly, thanks to Ed. He came from Virginia. He flew across the country to come do this with us today. So that's awesome, and I'm excited.
And I do it again.
He's going to do it again.
Me with a good time.
And I am Tony Madonna, and I'm the one who brought the Rose Up to Peak D&D to do this thing, and I'm super excited to go through Star Trek today. It's going to be awesome.
And I'm Will, and I'm happy to be here. I flew from across the street to get here, and I'm just super excited to play with you guys.
Yeah, man.
You'll be
Glad
seeing a
to
lot
have
more
you.
of Will in our upcoming videos. More to come on that later. But thanks for joining us for the Rose Up Challenge. If you want to donate, make sure you check out the link in the description below, and support the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation with important research and funding for that. So this is why we're doing this. So I'm going to hand it over back to Ed to tell you about our Star Trek adventure.
There we go.
I am not going to explain the rules because they are complicated, and I already have. You just haven't seen it yet. But I am going to mention a couple of things that are going to be important to this specific adventure, and one of those is that you guys are traveling to the first habitable planet of the 65 Rosas system. 65 Rosas is a star that was named by someone named Rosas, because that's how a lot of stars get their names. And it was their 65th. The ship that we will be discussing briefly is heading that direction to take care of some things, and you are part of that crew. A small, insignificant part of that crew, but what you're doing here today is important. There are some traits that the planet 65 Rosas has, and these traits will influence certain activities. So the first of those traits is called thin air. The atmosphere of this planet is not particularly thick, much like I am experiencing for the first time, being almost 2 miles above where I live.
Welcome
and
to Colorado.
It can occasionally be hard to breathe. So if you are doing anything that is going to exert yourself over time, it is difficult to do that kind of thing.
Makes sense.
However, you are slightly supported by the second trait, which is atmospheric interference. In addition to the air being thin, there is a great deal of ultraviolet radiation that comes into this atmosphere, which is why the sky is purple. That ultraviolet radiation can burn the heck out of your skin in a very short period of time. It also creates occasional electronic storms in the atmosphere that can interfere with short-range communications and ship transporters. Because of that, there are 2 specific locations that have been assigned for transport that are considered safe locations. One of them is in the actual city that you will not be visiting. And one of them is about half a mile away from the work site where you will be performing your task. And so if you are called to the city, you will need to trek to that location so that you can transport site to the city, so that you can talk to the command team or whoever it is that needs you at that particular moment. So those are the two traits. Thin air will affect your ability to breathe if you are straining yourself, and the atmospheric interference will occasionally will occasionally interfere with technology. So that being said, now that you know the problems with the planet that you're going to, and there will be no other problems, I assure you.
Everything's fine.
Of course not. It's Star Trek.
Nothing ever goes wrong.
We don't need these character sheets.
You don't need those character sheets.
Hey, thanks for joining us for RoseUp,
Yeah, it's
everybody.
been
We had a great time.
We had a
Yeah,
great
it's a good
time.
time.
Hope
Thanks
you
for your
did too.
donations. Man.
That was fun.
We are going to start this episode of Star Trek like every good episode of Star Trek begins, and that is with the words Captain's Log. Stardate 58065.1. The USS Pasadena has arrived at the frontier world of 65 Rosas to perform second contact operations. While the command crew are engaged in negotiations to begin the planet's petition to join the Federation, a group of junior officers has been stationed outside of the city to construct a subspace array to assist future communications. Unfortunately, we have received communication from the planetary government concerning an ongoing crisis in their current political environment. Your shuttle has landed. You have a bunch of boxes of equipment, 6 crates of equipment that will be utilized in creating the subspace array that you are required to build. Let's start with Will. Who is your character and what are they doing while the ship is being unloaded?
Well, I am Ensign Junior Operations Manager Eli Sheridan. This is my first somewhat big assignment. As things are being unloaded, I'd want to circle the wagons with everybody here and just make sure that we have our roles and our goals and the expectations of this operation correctly identified so that everything can go without a hitch. So I'd like to check in with everybody to make sure we know what we're doing down here, how we're going to do it. Trouble has followed me on some of my training operations, and so I want to make sure that everything here goes off without a hitch.
All right. What about our engineer, Ensign Madonna?
Yes. I believe I would probably be helping take the crates off the shuttle and putting them in the correct place to make sure that they are properly transported so nothing breaks and nothing goes wrong with the parts. So then when I put it together, it's all it's all whole and expected to work correctly when I put it together.
Well, when it's fully assembled, it shouldn't be more than 4 stories tall. So.
Yeah, it's fine. That's pretty small for what I'm usually working on. So
Yeah.
I'm excited. Like this is my jam. I love putting stuff together. Love subspace communications. It's great. So I'm like super stoked. I'm like wanting to get to work.
What's the science officer doing?
Oh, well, I am helping assist bringing the cargo off. I've laid very meticulously. I have a flow chart and a clipboard
Hey.
of where each of the 6 crates needs to go from the most efficient way to unpack them. I believe in reason and logic, and there's a right way to do this, and by golly, we're going to do it the right way.
Did we just become best friends?
Did we just become best friends? Yep. And I am fascinated, of course, with subspace theory and the applied sciences.
Hey, you and me both, man.
And mechanics. So this is like a day in the park for me. I'm very excited.
I'm just gonna look over your shoulder at that meticulous plan that you have, and just
Yeah, these are my notes. Please don't look at my notes. I'm my own Jack.
And I'm who am I? Tysian, Lycian, von Kysian, Cal, Rycian, the Rycian.
Fair.
Wow.
What are we gonna call you? Tyson.
Yeah, right. Or Cal, Ty. Just call me Ty.
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 I like it. All right.
And what are you doing right now?
Oh, right. I am stepping outside to go meet the natives to see how excited they are about this awesome satellite dish that we are installing.
The subspace relay.
International cable, intergalactic cable.
Well, I mean, where you want to go?
Not with this package.
No, do they need to upgrade for that? Am I gonna have to sell them? Am I gonna have to upsell them?
This is only second contact. We're gonna let them be in the Federation for a couple of years before.
Then we'll give them the good stuff.
Before introducing them to Earth culture.
So this is cable? What do we?
Yeah, this is like antenna cable.
This is so we can
Basic.
communicate with them over a subspace relay.
Okay.
It'll strengthen the signals of subspace communications into the
And then they can ask us for help when they need it and
Yep.
stuff.
This is
And
3G.
It's like a cordless phone
Got you to call us.
pretty much.
Yep.
Awesome.
instead of a corded phone.
Okay. Cool.
And
We're
as,
upgrading that.
as luck would have it, as you step out of the shuttle to meet the natives, you see a crowd of natives approaching, a small crowd. The Rosasians, as the Universal Translator translates their name to, are near humans with small round ears and purple irises in their eyes
Crazy.
that wear masks over their face with 2 pipes that collect mucus and channel that into pods on their backs, creating a constant slurping sound like a straw slurping out of a nearly empty glass continuously the entire time you are close enough to hear them.
Cool.
Delightful.
And so this is second contact. So I'm guessing we don't know a whole lot about the emotional cues, like facial
You do
expressions,
not.
eyebrows, all
you
that
do
sort of
not.
stuff.
That is what the command crew is currently in the city trying to deal with,
Trying.
and hopefully making everything work out for the betterment of the Federation.
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I'm gonna assume. Oh, please, sir.
Just before everything gets out of hand, and I'd love to keep it together here. It seems like the situation is starting to get out of control. Boxes are being unloaded. You're starting to
We
walk out to
literally
talk.
just walked.
We've got these, but it's already getting out of hand from where I'm looking, and I want to like survey the scene.
Don't worry, there's no transporters here.
You're safe.
Okay.
There's only 2 places you can transport on this planet,
Okay.
and we're not in one.
I've got
so
one
you're
job.
fine.
I've got one job.
There
It's
are
keeping
there
it
are
together.
there are a couple dozen Rosasians.
He's
coming.
already lost it. We're
and
not even-
they seem to be
Hello.
talking amongst themselves, but making a beeline towards the shuttle
Oh.
and where you are unloading the cases.
Is the
Yeah.
general mood of the Rosasians good?
Well, it's difficult to tell at this distance, but several of them are carrying signs. You can't read them at this distance because they are written in an alien language. However, they should be easily translatable by someone with the linguistics talents of your communications officer, or your liaison officer when they get a little bit closer.
I got this. It's
What
okay.
I would
No.
love to do is go with you, Ty, and I'd love to continue unloading the boxes. Let's keep getting set up.
We'll continue.
Yeah, our
But
job.
I'd like to go. I'd like you to continue doing your jobs, but I'd like to meet the Rosasians far enough away from our equipment to
That
where it
sounds-
doesn't impede our.
Sounds great. That is
Okay.
not on the clipboard, so I will not be doing that. Just so you're aware.
You're not.
So-
You're not going to be talking.
I'm going to
us.
set up this equipment, which is what we were sent here to do, and this guy's going to help me.
That's what I want.
No, you're gonna help me.
Perfect.
Great.
So I'm
So-
going to do our job
Yeah.
by setting this thing up. You guys go talk to the people.
Get that other box, please.
It shouldn't
just-
take
Yep,
more
crate
than a
number
day
2,
or
it's time.
so to build the subspace.
So here's what we're gonna do, right? Hands always visible and open in case they think we're armed. We're gonna assume smiling is good. We don't know. We've never been here, so just hands where you can see them. I'm gonna go
Mission
out.
briefing.
You can just be right beside me, and it'll go great, man. We're
And-
gonna go meet these people.
And I would assume on the shuttle we would have all checked that our phasers were all set to stun.
phasers, what are you talking
Not
about? Dude? I don't even
sure.
have one of those, man.
I think you do.
I don't.
does
It
not.
is
No.
issued.
Yeah, no, like don't.
Okay, no, that's fine.
I don't have anything.
Stun.
They're in the shuttle, right? If we needed phasers,
Yeah.
we would get them in the shuttle.
Yeah. I mean, you can carry them, but
So
it's-
I think let's just talk about how that is terribly not a great idea.
Violence is failure.
No, I'm just saying, make sure it's set to stun. Safety's on, is what I'm saying.
Are you wearing yours right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God! Leave them in the shuttle. We talked about this.
Yeah.
I'm working on crate number 2. This is definitely-
No, Ty, you two continue the work that we were sent
Wait,
here to
I'm
do.
Ty. You don't even know my
I'm
name.
Spec.
No, I'm saying Ty and me
Ty and you. Yeah,
Ty
you
and I will go to the Rosas.
My ties for everybody.
My ties for everyone.
Yeah.
Exactly. I bet they love to drink. Let's go. Let's get them some
We've
drinks.
just
the
begun.
Rosasians are here.
Hey guys,
Hey, what?
At this point, I just walk out and
You
shake.
hear
and I walk with
slurping
Ty.
in concert as a couple of dozen
really
people
disconcerting.
wearing masks. Don't forget that you have encounter suits against the ultraviolet radiation, which provides you with a point of armor. As they step forward, you notice that they are wearing they are carrying signs. The ones that are easiest to translate for Ty are signs that say things like "No conspiracies, no cover-ups," United Federation of Lies, and aliens in small letters with the words false news underneath of it in big letters. And most of the signs are along those lines.
Okay.
And they see some of them, not all of them. The ones in the back seem to be trying to start a chant.
Okay.
Something along the lines of you can't spell aliens without lie.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
yeah.
Crate
Even
number
in this
3.
language.
So stepping off, like big, broad smile and hands, where they can see them and empty.
Ty, translate those signs. Try to find out if there's a leader amongst them that we can talk to.
Yeah, no, I got it. That's great. Those signs say they're happy to see us. And hello, fellow intergalactic people.
Lies.
Sorry,
Me?
my tricorder translator seems to be comm badge not working. Did they say lies?
They did. No, Ty. No, my name is Ty.
Oh, Ty.
Ty,
Yeah.
it is nice to meet you.
Sorry, it's a little weird.
I am Alucard Dez.
Alacardes. I bow in honor. A pleasure.
I am the leader of the People's Movement for Truth.
Wonderful.
And we have come here to protest this false alien invasion of our homeworld.
Invasion? Oh.
Our government says that benevolent aliens have come to visit us and are going to bring us into their federation of worlds that will be betterment for all of our people. But we know the truth. There's no such thing as aliens. We are the only intelligent life in the universe.
I see. Of course. You are the only intelligent...
What branch of the government do you work for?
Oh, I am Rycian. I'm not from this planet.
Lies!
Well, I mean, here's the shuttle.
He turns around. Do not believe their lies. Do not believe their hastily constructed false signs of alien invasion. These people are no more alien than we are.
Well, no, in that definition of the word, you're absolutely correct. None of us are aliens. We're all in this together.
He confesses. They start chanting.
All right, I gotta deal
Somebody's
with this
holding up
ignorance.
something, recording what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
Please turn off your recording devices. It's very sensitive equipment I have here. I can't have this.
No, these First Amendment auditors are okay to be here.
These, this. So one of my values is ignorance should be challenged. And I am getting really ticked off. I'm
Okay.
just burying my head deeper in this crate.
Yeah,
I'm
Spec,
trying
I'd
to.
love you to turn off your just communicator right now and just focus on the job at hand. Ty and I have this.
I think once we build this machine, it'll solve all of our problems.
Probably. Well, they'll certainly be introduced to a whole slew of other things.
He's got his back turned to you now, and he's like, these people with their false ears and strange colored eyes through some sort of pseudoscience mumbo jumbo
What do you mean?
have been
these
placed here by the government.
Okay.
Have been placed here by the government in these suits that somehow replicate our own inhalers in order to convince us of this lie that has been placed over our people these last few months to drive us under government control and force us to believe these liberal ideas of interaction with other species and belief in things beyond the simplicity of our own world. Lots of cheers from the crowd.
We need to turn the temperature down on this situation a little bit. I'm wondering how to do that.
Are you now?
One of my first thoughts is I
got
go back to
this.
the ship and find out if I can communicate what I want is if our commanding officers are working on some sort of agreement with their government, where is their side to help diffuse this situation?
Well, it seems like there's some anti-government sentiments going on over here.
Yeah.
Definitely some anti-federation stuff.
Yeah, and like I'm good at like if this is uncomfortable because things are getting out of control for you, you can step inside. Like I am 100% cool with attempting to diffuse the situation and not letting it get to conflict.
I'm just wondering about getting extra help to help us defuse this situation.
Crate 2's nearly unloaded.
Awesome. 6
Crate
more to
number
go.
3.
Perfect.
Let's go get crate number 3.
Alucard, if I may we entreat and have a conversation with one another?
That is Dez.
Des,
Alucard is my family name.
my apologies.
Oh.
You are the first Rosatian that I've met.
He turns back to the crowd. Hear the words of our government turned into lies and planted in this man's mouth.
So he thinks we are Rosatians as well.
I mean,
Thinks we're like dressed up.
he is also, but he is a human, and he is a Trill, and also a human.
All created to confuse and frighten us, to create this atmosphere of terror that our liberal government is raining down upon us.
Terror from your government? Are you oppressed? Tell us more of your conflict, please.
I like it, Takiko.
You should know the conflict as an agent of the government sent here to confuse us. He turns around. Remember the false landing of 47? The fake aliens that were paraded before us, and then the government backpedaled on their own explanations, claiming that no aliens existed, and yet now, a mere 385 years later, they expect us to believe that these people behind us are anything other than Rosasians who have been manipulated through makeup and special effects to appear as if they were something other than what they are.
We sure these guys are going to be in the Federation? How sure are we of that?
We could also redirect it.
I mean,
The
this
real
feels like
problem
a real.
isn't us. The real problem is
Is there somebody else
happening in
we
the
could
city.
talk to? How big is this movement of truth that you guys are on?
We are everywhere.
Oh,
We are the silent majority, risen up to finally make noise, to tear down the lies that have been told to us for so many years.
Yes. Yep. So, I have interrogation. No. But it says trying to coerce someone to reveal information in a social conflict. And gain 1 momentum. So I would like to keep this guy talking
Okay.
to learn more about his political views and what has been going on. Like, we heard supposedly, possibly the government had some sort of hoax many years ago
Yep.
or used something for manipulation.
it might have been first contact also.
Oh,
300 years ago? Sure.
85.
Time works differently.
I don't know.
So
is that possible? That could be possible.
I'm just not sure these are the full representation of the Rosasians here.
Obviously, these are not the full representation.
Is the captain dealing with this crap now?
we are dealing with this crap because because it's either this or sweep the shuttle, and you know what we chose?
I am not cleaning out the replicator bins again.
Crate number 4.
Exactly. You guys just keep unloading the
If
crates.
you guys are still unloading your crates, these guys are sort of forming a line 2 people deep. But they're not really inhibiting you, but they're just sort of forming this semicircular line so that they can watch what you're doing. And
Yeah.
Is it possible, while Ty is speaking to these Rosasians, is
Yes.
it possible for me to just kind of step back a few steps? Am I able to communicate with the ship right now? I'd love to just update them as
you
to
can certainly try.
That's what I'd like to.
Yes.
Um,
You can contact
Oh,
the
he
first
said
officer,
words.
as a matter of fact.
is the first officer on planet? I
Yes.
guess it doesn't matter necessarily. I'm just looking for a superior. This is above my head. at this
Yes,
point.
Commander Greer
Cool.
is basically your liaison in all of this.
Do I know him as Sam?
No, you know him as Commander Greer.
What up, Sam?
Pam, there was Foxy Brown.
What's
So, I
crack-a-lack?
will
It's
just-
me, Eli.
I will just kind of
Your junior officer.
just tap my communicator. Is that what? Is that
Yep.
what I
Yep.
call it? First Officer Greer, we have a small situation here. Do you read me? This is Ensign Sheridan.
You get a little bit of static, and through the static you hear what you think are the words, maybe they understand the situation. It's kind of, you're only getting like every other syllable. He tells you that there is activity taking place and demonstrations on other parts of the planet, and then he sort of fades out for a while, and you just get static, and then you hear, "Hell with this. Send Calrissian."
Sir, we did send Ty. He is currently speaking, requesting Rosasian friendly support. Beep, boop.
A little bit more static. Then you hear what sounds like words, but they don't make any sense. Followed by "to transport site," direct communication. Then a little more static. Followed by ion storm, communication, and then it just sort of fades off again.
Cool.
That means we're not going to be able to communicate with anybody.
So
I think an ion storm might be coming as well.
That's what I'm saying. And he wants Calrissian to go to the transporter to have direct contact.
The transporter site. They want us to go there. Sounds like.
We can't.
That's
leave all
not
this
how I
stuff.
interpreted it.
All right, boss. What did you think?
What did you think?
I
You want to
thought-
stay here with this guy with Kaz?
I'm pretty sure the first officer was
Dez?
saying have Ty intercept these Rosasians, but I will relay everything I heard with the static ion storm. There was a few sentences I've forgotten at this point.
Yeah. Okay. Recounting that well, that sounds to me like the officer, Commander Greer wanted us to get. We need to send in the liaison. They're having some cultural difficulties too, and they need some help.
So I'm going to take over negotiations.
It's just the
here.
captain and the first officer and the science officer. Like they're not. I mean, they're great. They're great. Let's be honest. They're great, but they could use a little backup.
I know
They said
I'm
to meet him at the
technically-
transporter
And,
site.
and because
right?
our communications are being weird, especially with this new ion storm coming up, he needs direct communication, which is why you need to go to transport.
All right.
So, do we have a teleporter on our ship?
No.
Nope.
No.
Half a
On
mile
our
away.
ship we do, but it's way up.
Run to the city.
What? I'm not going to run anywhere, man. You want to talk about escalating a conflict?
No, the two transport sites you have is so that someone can go there, be picked up by the ship, and transported to the other location.
Yeah.
Because the ship is monitoring those two sites to move people back
Yeah.
and forth
Yep.
as necessary
And
to cover the like 70
I don't think
mile,
we're ready to split the party.
140 kilometer distance.
I mean, typically not a good idea, but you're the one in charge. So if you tell me to go to the city, I guess I'm going to the city.
First Officer Greer seemed to be requesting your presence, and I know it seems like I'm in charge here, but I believe in everyone's input involved in making a decision, and it does seem
That does seem
like
logical.
Spec recounted my communication better than I did, and if that's what Spec is assuming that this communication was, then I would say that is what our first officer is requesting.
That is my logical interpretation of what they're doing. But
So
we need to deal with this situation right now.
How long is it going to take us to set up this relay?
A day.
A while.
We're going to unpack these
a
crates.
day or
We haven't
so,
even
yeah.
gotten out the packs of bolts yet. Like this is going to take a minute.
yeah.
Can we
This
get?
is an extended task, so
What if the Rosasians think that this is helpful to their cause to help us set this thing up faster than it would if it was just the four of us setting it
I
up?
like that. Spin doctor.
I mean, oh, cool. I like where your head's at.
I also have this set of explosives.
Get out of here.
I'm just saying.
Back in the ship. Back in the ship.
There's a few ways diplomacy can go here.
Bad captain.
I don't. I
No.
want to succeed. I really want
No.
to succeed.
No.
Wow.
All of my focuses are determined motive, diplomacy, psychology, social dynamics.
Mhm.
And so I would like to attempt to get some sort of read on this situation.
Okay.
To
Give
see-
me an insight.
Your,
Um,
your commander was basically like, "Here's a bomb."
Yeah.
No, I
give
said
me an
here
insight plus
Is
security.
another option.
Insight plus
Says
security.
Yeah,
you did.
check.
How many do I roll?
2 dice.
2 dice.
Unless, well, you can't buy more because you don't have any momentum yet.
Okay.
Well, we can buy them with
You
threat.
can buy momentum with threat.
1 fail and 1 success.
Okay. And it wasn't a natural one. It was just
No,
under your
no.
roll. Okay. Well, most tests are 1 success. So as you're getting a read on them, these people either have come to the conclusion on their own or have been convinced by someone else that this is entirely a government conspiracy, that there are no aliens, and you guys are basically just here to fool them so that the government can do whatever the government wants to do, spend whatever money they want to spend, etc.
Okay.
So how do we prove to them that we're
Okay. I mean, I don't
aliens?
think we can. I just want to make sure they don't turn hostile.
Yeah.
Right now, they don't seem like rioters. They seem
Peaceful
like
protesters.
protesters,
Yeah.
and they're just making a lot of noise.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm still unpacking crazy.
Great. Well,
And
yeah.
their efforts might be better spent protesting at the city.
Well, the commander did tell you that there were protests all over the place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
I think
happening
this
all
is
over the
like-
place.
That is what he said.
Yeah.
They're encountering the same kind of problem.
This is worldwide.
Yeah. And everything I've tried to get more information from them, they just say that I should already know.
Yes.
And,
And you were nice enough to tell them that you're not actually aliens. So, yeah.
We confessed.
uh,
Oh, you got us.
yeah. I mean, we came down in the ship. We have. I mean, like, what's the technology that they have here compared to our technology?
They are one of the reasons that the Federation often visits planets is because they detect that they are either warp capable or nearing warp capability.
Yeah.
So they're probably the equivalent to Earth in the late 21st, early 22nd century.
Okay.
So your statement that you're not aliens has probably been broadcast all over their Zeta network. Somebody's been zeeting it all over the place.
Okay. Cool.
We're on a live stream.
Sweet. Well, in that case, like with that much technology, yeah, I would say that like you guys are about to be ushered into a new wave of
Government control.
the universe will expand. Are they like elected? Are they elected officials here, or how does the government work?
You weren't read in on that.
Have no idea. Okay.
Yep.
Not in the mission briefing.
Yep.
Wasn't it? Well, now it should be. And anytime
You were told that there was that the Federation had been notified that there was slight political upheaval taking place.
yes, that sounds
Mhm.
like this.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if this dude just wants to sit there and preach, I mean, I don't think anything we can say will
No.
will do any good.
Are there laws that they are potentially breaching at this point from their own government?
Federation law, probably.
They're not under Federation law
They're not
yet.
under
Give
Federation law
me
yet.
a reason plus command roll.
Is that 2d20s?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Under
Add
12.
those two numbers together.
Woof.
Why is he
Just feeling it out. Just feeling it out here.
He failed
I got
once
it.
and got a natural 20.
Oh,
It's a fail and a critical fail.
Okay. So, having not read about their cultural laws themselves, you, not thinking about it, ask one of them if they have a parade permit or something.
Yeah.
At which point they don't turn violent. They immediately turn ugly about how they know their rights and they have a right to be here. And they talk about, they registered for this weeks ago, and you have
gone
no
full
right to
Karen.
tell them that they're not allowed to be here. They've gone full.
But you don't have a permit.
Double down.
At this point, we are adding the trait angry protesters to this scene. So any attempt to calm them or gather information or communicate with them is going to require 2 successes instead of 1.
Hey, man, thanks for making things better, Captain. I appreciate that.
He's an ensign. Just thought I'd
Sorry.
bring that up.
Sorry.
You can call me Captain.
Reason. Yeah, no. I lay the sarcasm on thick.
At this point,
Does our
Ty's communicator chirps,
Okay.
and you don't hear the first part, but you hear the word Greer,
Yeah.
and you hear get, and then the word ass, and then there's more static, and then you
Okay.
hear the word transport station.
I think they
Okay.
need you, Ty.
Well, this has all been lovely and fun. You are in good hands. I have a lot of faith in you. and I'm just gonna like pull out the record, like the tricorder,
all just
to get
pack it
my bearings and like the compass readings.
Yep.
Figure out what direction to go. And
Half a mile trek.
Gotcha.
Or a kilometer trek. We'll call it a kilometer.
Yeah.
It's around the same, and
Sure.
Star
How
Trek
many
uses metric. So
Clicks is that?
one.
one
Take the
click.
shuttle.
It's one click.
Take the shuttle. Are we all?
We've
going?
already unpacked, man.
Yeah, you still
You
have
guys
to
are still
unpack
unloading.
more.
Oh,
Yeah. What do you
Jesus.
mean?
You're only on crate 5.
Yeah.
Should we load it back up and all go?
I just start walking. I like smiling the whole way
Okay.
and like, yeah. But also like not moving fast, not escalating any situation, just moving.
Okay. So you guys get the crates out. Go ahead and give me. You can assist and give Tony an
Yep.
extra die to give
3
me
die.
a control plus engineering check to start putting this thing together.
Okay, we don't have momentum. Sorry, control and engineering.
You'll get 3 dice on it because you're being helped.
Sweet, that is 3 successes.
All right, then you get 2 momentum out of it.
Hooray!
Good job. Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
We gotta hurry the f up.
Yeah. Thank you for giving me
As-
momentum so I can get to the
You
transporters.
crack open crate 1 and start putting things together
Yeah.
as
you're
quickly as you
doing
can.
it, Wally.
You're doing it, Wally.
Meanwhile, while you guys are working, I would like Ensign Sheridan to give me a insight plus security check.
I'm keeping an eye on all the protesters just to see if anyone's going to impede the operation or the safety of the crew
Okay.
here. That's what I'm.
Have explosives.
Hey, don't forget this bomb.
It seems like a. I'm sorry. What did you say? What was one fail?
Insight plus security. That's your basic perception check.
So that would be a 12. So it seems like 1 success and 1 fail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this isn't affected by any of the traits that are in play. So as they are unloading and you're keeping an eye on the crowd, a vehicle comes up. It's basically about the size of like a small convertible, and it pulls up on wheels. And as it pulls up, the passenger side door opens, and the person who was doing all the talking previously, Alucard Dez, gets into the vehicle and like continues to incite the crew along the way, and they're all cheering as he's getting into the vehicle, and the vehicle turns and begins to move off in the same direction, but not perfectly tracking where Ty went.
This is fine.
The vehicle was clearly Rosasian.
Oh yeah.
Thought that was help for us that was arriving.
Oh look, the captain's here in a sedan.
Yeah. Man, is that a Dodge Stratus? Captain.
He loves that.
It's electric.
I requested
Shimmy, shimmy.
I requested Rosasian friendly support, and that's what I thought.
Maybe it's this.
That's what I
Yeah,
thought was
it's
arriving.
the liberal party of their government.
Okay, things are
As
starting.
we know, nothing calms down a political crowd better than the opposing party showing up
Showing up,
and
right.
telling them they're wrong.
No, angry people love to be told they're wrong.
Yes, they do. Well, crate number 2.
Does my tricorder on the way, like, I assume how, like, much attention do I need to pay to it to get to where I'm going?
You don't need to. It'll keep you in a straight line to get where
Okay.
you're going, but it doesn't.
Can I, like,
Require
get
much.
their social media feeds or, like, find out? Can I learn on my walk? Can I learn about what the hell is going on here?
Give me a reason and science check,
Okay.
or reason and engineering. It's computer science. It's computer science, so I'd go either way.
Great. Let's do science, if I could.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You do require 2 successes because of the atmospheric interference.
That's a natural 20 and a 3.
Okay. You are not actually able to find any of the information that you're looking for.
Okay. Just restaurant reviews.
Yeah, lots of restaurant reviews, that kind of thing, and you get
Kardashian
you get
food
kind
sucks.
of because you're a social creature and you're like going through social media trying to find these things. You kind of get absorbed into it.
Yeah.
And the next time you check the map, you're about 10 minutes off course.
And you might just hear quick in your communicator, your friend Alec Cortez might be showing up in a vehicle.
No, man, I'm off course. It's fine.
They'll never find him at this rate.
I went dark.
I'd like to keep, if I could, attempt to keep an open comm line to Ty, and using some of my mechanical engineering and applied sciences focuses, maybe use some subspace something, reroute them to keep a short range.
Give me a reason in science using applied sciences.
Something
Give
reroute.
yourself an extra die.
reason in science.
Yep.
All right, that's a 16. I should be able to do that.
Oh no, we're rolling.
Not with a nat 20.
We're rolling nat 20s all over.
and one success, but a critical failure.
You know, on a normal Peak D&D stream, they'd be super happy about this. Did you get a success on it, though?
I did get one success, yes.
Okay, you are able to sort of track him for a little while, and then at one point, there's just sort of a bunch of feedback and static that comes through, and you try to adjust for it. And when you do, you sort of open the band to try to get a wider band out of it, and you get this massive screeching feedback through all the local comm badges.
Right.
And while it goes away, you still have this like low staticky whine that just doesn't seem to be going away.
Yeah, you gave
So
her
Can I help? Can I fix that?
you can try, but first, before you try
Maybe
to
I should
remove
try.
the complication, we are adding the no communications trait.
They sorted it out.
All comms are down.
All comms are down.
And you fried the system. Good job.
Was I able to communicate to Ty that there was potential for?
You were about halfway through that when this loud screeching sound just came out of your comm badge.
Honestly, this is like the best thing that could happen.
Ty, you might just want to look out for.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Like my life.
This is fine. Everything is fine. This is, you know what? This is probably the best thing that could have happened to us, because now we have to figure this out for ourselves, and we can't wait for
Just
these
keep building it.
deck officers to come help.
We need to
bail us out.
keep building it.
We're just going to keep building, and even though this is a communication device, I'm sure by the time we get it done, comms will have been restored. So that's fine.
So
I'll work on that later.
give me a fitness plus engineering check with an extra die because you were being helped as you begin to work on some of the heavier equipment that's on the bottom, the lower
Okay.
end of the tower.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, one success.
Okay, I was hoping it wasn't a natural 20 because I'm running out of traits.
We're
An 18.
I'm running out of things I can impede.
Tried really hard.
You know how we like to do
Good
this,
to
Ed.
great.
We're gonna make you work
hard
for it.
mode. Hard mode.
Okay, well you
One
are
success.
you are getting it into place. It's taking a little bit of elbow grease. You've got Jack over there actually having to help push,
Yep.
which is distracting
here.
him from what he's trying to do. As the crowd is reacting to the loud sound and the constant whining, one of them has started saying something about how the government is attempting to jam their outgoing communications to hide the truth that has been revealed here today.
You want me to help? I can help you guys fix. Can I fix the comm? I can fix these comm lines. At least I can try.
And as Ensign Madonna says that, we end the scene.
all right.
And we cut to Ensign Calrissian transporting in to the city. And Commander Greer is standing there with his arms behind his back watching the transport pad as Calrissian comes into view.
Commander.
Things are getting pretty heated in here, and that took a lot longer than it should have.
Things aren't great out there either, sir.
Okay, well, just so you're aware, we're having these protests popping up all over the place, focused mainly on the city and on the build site. We have no idea how they found out where the build site was going to be, but they've had the information for at least a week.
Okay.
So they obviously have some connection within the government.
Yep.
Though there do appear to be multiple conflicted political parties within this government, despite the fact that it is a planetary government, which qualifies them for Federation membership.
Okay.
However, as things stand right now, we think we might have an idea on how to control the situation within the city.
Okay.
Which means I need you to communicate back to Sheridan that we need to stay on task with the construction of the subspace array. However, be on standby for a message telling you to reverse operations if things go south.
And when you say reverse operation, does that mean pack everything up, destroy it, and get
Take
out
it all
here
apart, pack it up, put it back on the shuttle, and
as
get back to
fast
the
as we
Pasadena.
can? Okay. Sounds great, sir. Yeah, Alucard Dez. That's the only name we got. He was picked up at our protest site and taken around. He seems to be the one inciting the people out there. Alucard's the family name.
I will let Captain Trask know.
And they're also they know their rights here.
This is a very legally agrarian society.
It seems as such. I wish you all the best. And is there like a Federation safe word? It's just like a one word like you need to get here now code? Because communications have been spotty at best. So,
I can hear from the constant whine that's coming out of your communicator.
right.
But he's like,
So an emergency signal if we need to
I
reverse
will
course.
just send you a recall signal, which
Okay.
will either be me saying the words "take it down" or 4 chirps if we can't get verbal communication through.
Okay.
We'll relay it through the ship if we have
Okay.
to.
Outstanding, sir. Well, I wish you the best in there, and I'm just kidding.
Well,
Oh, he's the one that likes to
it's not my job to make that decision. It's the captain's.
Yeah.
Personally, I think we're on a little bit of a touchy ground here as far as the Federation rules for emissions go.
You know, one thing I did learn, really into flute music.
I'll keep that in mind.
You know he's down.
Yeah, come on,
Whip out that, he's like, nothing like a little jazz flute.
Nothing like a little jazz flute to
Situation
the mood.
diffuse the situation.
He knows.
All right. All right. Head back to your transport site, and hopefully it'll be smooth going for the rest of the
Good
day.
feelings about this.
All by yourself.
Everything.
If we're
Look on the sunny side.
back in this scene,
Mhm.
I want to pony up next to whoever else just seems salt of the earth, person of the people.
Okay.
And I grew up on a frontier colony, and I just want to use some diplomatic training and just my frontier training to appeal to them as, look, we're just the workers here. We're not in charge. We get it. And I'd love, I don't know if I can, but I'd love to use some of my untapped potential.
Okay.
Yeah, I have some of that too.
Yeah, I can see that. Younger officers all get untapped potential.
Oh, okay.
I'd love to
don't
just
have that.
try to use, if this is possible. But that might be some mechanics that I'm not familiar with.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to do here is to recalm the situation. Maybe see that we are on their side. We're just like them. And
Okay, so you're trying to appeal to their less violent but still revolutionary nature to try to give me
I'm gonna do a really nice spit into the can.
give me a daring plus command roll and take an extra die on it for
Reason. Nope, that one.
If I'm buying, it says if I succeed in the task,
Mhm.
of which I bought 1 or more additional dice,
You have not
either
bought one.
momentum or threat, then I can roll, which we haven't yet, and I'm just interested in the
Mhm.
mechanic. But I'm happy to roll here.
Well, you can buy. We have momentum.
Yeah,
you can buy it.
you can
die.
spend the
I want
momentum
this
to buy
to
another die.
succeed. I
Okay,
have
then
not
buy a 4th
done
die.
so
die.
well.
Yeah, buy a 4th die.
Can I have a additional yellow from you?
You know.
Sure you don't want a blue? I'm just kidding.
No, these are great. These have been great.
You guys are in red.
And
I'm in blue.
what am I rolling again?
No, you're
Daring.
It is
I'm in
daring
green.
plus command.
Yellow. I don't know.
So I want a 14 or lower, it seems like.
Yep.
How many 20s?
I have
Almost
3
one.
successes and 1 failure.
And a 19.
Okay. But we haven't raised the complication range yet, though I probably should have. But we're good for now.
And when I did buy, I
Mhm.
bought an additional die here.
Yep.
Okay.
You did buy an additional die here. So what does it give you for buying the additional?
One Star
Whoops.
Trek symbol.
If I succeed at the task for which I bought 1 or more additional die with either
Okay.
momentum or threat, I may roll 1 Star Trek emoji.
Okay, so you can roll an extra effect. Those are called effect dice,
Okay.
which I did not tell you, but that is
Oh.
actually what they're called.
Did
They're called
we?
effect
Did
dice.
that succeed in a task though?
Yes, that succeeded at the task.
So you could roll.
It also got you an additional momentum back because you got 3 successes
Well
and you
done.
needed 2, and I just bumped the camera. I apologize.
It's fine.
We're good.
But go ahead and roll 2 plus 1, so 3 total effect dice. I want to see how this plays out.
Me too.
2
Nice.
Star Treks and an explosion.
It's a single explosion.
1 single explosion.
Okay, a single explosion is a 1, and the Star Trek, the actual the deltas
Trek
are
logo.
2 each. And they lower the they like introduce something else to the thing. So what we're going to do is we are going to remove the angry protesters complication.
Ooh.
And bring them down to a more civilized level. And they are currently at least respecting the fact that even though they're pretty sure you guys are lying to them, that you're just following orders, and they're going to at least leave you be from any sort of direct interference for the time being.
We're all just cogs in the machine.
Look at these collars. I got
Well, I'm-
1 pip. I got 1 pip.
Did Spec and Tony kind of see me do that? They see me
Probably
diffuse it?
probably
Yeah, that's
not.
fine. No. Oh, okay.
You guys are working.
They're
You guys are
actually-
really working hard on getting that equipment put together.
We are.
Yeah, are you working on the comms?
He's about to be.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
I'm trying to use my intense scrutiny position or talent that lets me ignore resistance for effect rolls. So I'm saving that up for like when shit gets really hard. I'm just like focusing on this task.
All right. So yeah, go ahead, Tony, and give me a reason and engineering check as you are trying to clear the comms.
Nope.
Okay. But no further complications. So they're
Yep.
still squealing a little bit. You're
What
not
did-
sure
what
what he
did you
did.
do?
Leonidas. He used the
Something
subspace.
reroute them subspace lines. Listen, I have
You screwed him up so bad that I can't even fix
a
him.
focus in mechanical engineering. I thought I had this.
Well,
I really
so do I, but you screwed it up beyond all hell.
Thanks to Ben's something band, I would like to point out to anybody out there who is interested in this system that there are actually 3 source books: one for Command Division, one for Ops Division, and one for Sciences Division. And the Ops Division book actually has a random technobabble table.
Yes.
Yep. something reroute them.
Could be the atmospheric.
Listen, I tried to reconfigure the crystal matrix, and it just came back on a subspace frequency that I was not ready to handle, and that caused the power couplings to overload. Right. Those came back and formed a time loop, and I think we might be stuck here for an eternity.
Crystal harmonics.
Did you unplug it and plug it back?
Good question. That's why you're in charge.
Ty, you transport back to transport site B.
Okay.
Would you please give me an insight plus security check?
Insight plus security. I would be delighted to do as much. 2?
Yep. Unless you'd like to spend momentum to get a 3rd die.
No, we're gonna play it loose the peak D&D way.
Hey.
2 successes.
Okay. Which actually gets you an additional momentum because
an
you
extra
only
momentum
needed
is an
1.
extra chance to roll a 20.
Yeah, I mean that.
As you transport in, you catch this flickering light out of the corner of your eye, and you turn to look over your shoulder and see what appears to be a wildfire raging across the plain in your general direction.
What?
Well, that's fantastic. How swiftly does it appear to be moving?
You're pretty sure that if you really put yourself into it, you could outrun it from the direction that it's going, and it will sweep by without intersecting with you. But you're really going to have to put some pace into it.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to do that. To attempt to run and go. Like, so I'm going to hit the ground running, right? Like, I am dauntless, so I will not be intimidated by this act of nature. And I also, one of my values is definitely like initiative yields results. So,
Awesome. Please give me a fitness plus security check.
Cool.
It is strenuous, however, so you do need 2 successes in order to
I might
succeed.
use me one of them momentums.
Sure thing.
Uh,
Dun, dun, dun.
yeah. Come on, baby.
It's like the random paintbrush on the table, by the way. It had a certain
I don't know
savoir
why that's
faire.
Oh, well, one success.
I thought I'd
One
paint some
success.
minis in the middle of it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how math works.
Okay. I am going to roll a few dice.
Just to intimidate us.
It's probably fine. That's probably.
I rolled
Probably.
very badly, which is good for you because you only take 1 point of stress
Oh, cool.
as you make your way back to the site.
Guys, wildfire. We gotta get people over here.
There's a wildfire.
Yeah, no, it's like right over there. It's gonna get real
You can
bad.
see the flickering in the distance.
Is it coming in our direction? Like, will it intercept all of us?
That is a very good question. Please give me an insight plus science.
May I?
I mean, I'm calm under fire, so let it come.
It's not sure that it means
I don't
what
think
you think.
that's what you think.
May I assist him?
You may assist him.
Since I
so
was
take
right
an extra
there?
die.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and you said insight.
Insight plus science, and you
Okay.
get an extra. You get a third die because you're being assisted by Ty.
It was an 11 was the total I was looking for, and I do have an 11. Does Ty go to?
Ty go to the runner.
Ty goes to the runner. Yep.
Needed to be
So that's 3 successes.
Okay. 3 successes, which gets
that gives
you
us a thingy.
And then because I
2
helped,
thingies.
2 thingy.
because I helped with an extra, a bonus momentum.
Then you get 3
thingies.
momentum out of it.
Oh baby.
We're doing it now, gang. All right.
It's all coming together.
Yeah.
I would like to
all
point out,
according
because
to
I did
plan.
not point it out, that when Ty looked over his shoulder and saw the flames running towards him, that was the end of Act 1.
Oh.
Oh.
Great.
That was the commercial cliffhanger for the first act. So you are now entering Act 2.
Fires. This is just.
However, with all of those successes, and there were many of them, the geography of the area, as well as like the amount of brush and that kind of stuff in this area, you are out of the path of the fire itself. It will sort of stop and then continue curling away from you as it comes up, which may be one of the reasons that this site was chosen, because this is a very high UV planet. This is probably something that happens quite often.
Oh.
Prairie fires are healthy for the environment. I
This
believe
has
in general.
Alucard Des written all over it. He's an arsonist.
What? You're just making things up.
Following things to their logical conclusion. He's the one guy whose name we got.
Oh, I got
He's
you.
gotta be-
Got you.
He left in a convertible and started a fire.
They seem
Just flicked a cigarette out the window on the way after you.
they seem to like you.
Ty, while you were gone, I did find some common
He
ground
did pretty good.
with the group. I don't know,
Oh.
the crew can tell you about all this when we get back on the ship.
I just start like shining my metal as you talk.
I know
Please
you
go
didn't
on.
have to wear that. You didn't have to bring your medal down here.
Wait,
I know. I
Eli
understand.
did something? What was
Yeah.
I doing? Oh, right.
I'm
Building a
getting a-
subspace relay.
I think you were ruining the comms channels.
No, you were.
after that-
I was building the subspace relay. You were ruining the comms channel.
I was trying to keep an eye on Ty.
Everything's going great here, Ty.
Hey, so I caught up with Greer, right? And things are actually feeling worse in the city. So there's a chance if we hear like 4 chirps or the words "take it down," we need to disassemble all this stuff and get out of here. Just
With
so you
our
guys know.
comms issues, will we hear anything at all from them?
Well,
Should we tell them about this wildfire? I mean, there's just like
the
people
comms are
standing
down.
around.
It looks like the wildfire is going to skirt around us, and it also seems like the locals don't seem so concerned with it either.
Nope, they don't seem to be
So
concerned.
they're like,
Okay.
it's fine, it's cool.
We're drinking beers over here if you wanted to come.
Oh. What? Dude. Why did you tell me?
We're just kind of hanging out. There isn't much to do, to be honest.
All right.
I'm learning
Rose-
something.
Easy for you to say.
Rosasi and brandy.
Everything's just fine here. Don't worry about it.
How,
No,
like,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Have you returned to working in the array, or are you still trying to fix the communications problem?
Oh, I can try again.
Yep.
Oh, I'll try it again with the communications so we can hear the four chirps to get out of
help?
here.
Can I
You may
assist?
help if you
Try
wish,
to
especially
unfuck
since
us
you
with
know
my-
how it broke in the first place.
So, okay, here's what I did. I tried after the lower channels.
So go ahead and give me the reason and engineering check with 3 dice.
I also wonder if I can assist, if that helps. If this involves... This doesn't seem to involve the ship's computers.
Are you
though,
drunk?
themselves.
No, it doesn't involve the ship's computers
Look.
directly. But I mean, I mean, what's your engineering?
From my point of view, I was trying from an operations manager point
Yeah.
of view.
Yeah, what's your engineering or what's your engineering first?
3.
Oh yeah.
And
Well, 'cause I
your
get
command
extra
is
things
4?
when I
Yes.
spend one.
Yeah, then you can help too. Add a second die to it. Add a 4th die to it.
Okay, and I'm also going to spend momentum.
Okay.
Because when I spend momentum and I do cautious
we grabbed
engineering, whenever you attempt a task
Oh, you
with
got one already.
engineering and I buy 1 or more d20s by spending momentum, I may re-roll a single d20.
Okay.
Re-roll one of those.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can
You have a
re-roll
max-
one.
It's a maximum of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're rolling. Okay.
Roll. I'm
We gotta fix these
fixing these
comms.
comms.
That's good. I would like.
You do need 2 successes because of the first failed attempt.
Makes sense. Wait, what am I rolling?
Reason plus engineering.
Reason, engineering, 14. So I guess I have 2 successes.
Okay.
I have 3 successes.
Okay, then you gain a
Yeah.
point of momentum. Somebody would like to toss it on the plate, and you manage to clear the comms.
Ah, jeez.
So
why did you go down to
the-
those lower frequencies? That was the issue.
You know, it's more of a focus and more of a hobby than.
The no communication trait disappears from the scene, which is good
Yeah.
because at that moment you see
There's-
2 vehicles rolling up.
Are they convertibles again?
They are not convertibles.
This might be the help I
These these would be the Rosasian
No, they're definitely
versions of
rosacea.
vans.
Oh.
Are they unmarked?
Yeah.
Do they have candy?
They do have symbols on the side of them, but they don't seem to make words. They just seem to be these sort of like random letters.
Hey guys, I think we're about to get kidnapped. Go on.
No, I think this
Great.
might be the Rosasian police to help secure the perimeter.
well, police
here.
always help a riot.
I feel confident to walk up to these vehicles.
As you begin walking to the vehicles, they come to a stop, and the doors slide open, and 4 people get out, 2 from each vehicle. 2 of them are wearing these devices over their breathers that look kind of like, almost like cell phone mounts with some sort of device attached to them. And the other one seemed to be carrying some large piece of equipment with a lens on the end. And we are adding the media interference trait to the
Oh.
scene.
I immediately turn around and I'm gonna grab Ty. We need some PR.
Oh. Oh.
Media interference.
That's public relations.
The media interference trait.
Public relations. I just this moment got that.
The media interference trait requires 1 additional success on all engineering and science checks,
Oh,
as they
no.
are
Hey,
sticking
hey,
their
man.
noses where it's not
Hey.
belong, where it doesn't belong, and trying to figure out what you're doing and take statements from you for the.
I'm calm
press.
under fire, so I would think media equals fire. So
Does this count as like? Do those count as like resistance, or to something
Yes.
that extended to? Okay.
Yes, it's resistance is an extended task thing, but I'm not really using that system, so it would count against these types of traits.
Okay. Great. Then it's never mind.
Yeah.
Just occurred
just
to me
has
I'm
them.
good at communication.
Because resistance is a very similar thing for
Yeah.
extended challenges.
Okay. Got it. This is all an extended challenge.
Yep.
You could have fixed the comments
The whole time. The whole
I have
time.
a lot on my plate. Do you want to go? Actually, no. You're not going to talk to these.
I'll go talk to the people. I will do my best
Send
to.
the guy with the
Talk
medal.
to the media. Talk
Yeah,
to the
I'm
media.
gonna go talk to the media.
I'm talking to the people. We're having fun over here.
I'm doing my best to say like I'm like seething underneath all of this because I feel like we're just bungling this.
Just
whole
focus.
Thing.
Just focus on the
But
task.
I'm
at
doing
hand.
I'm doing my Vulcan mantras, and I'm trying to just remain smooth on the surface, even though below my little duck feet are paddling
Hey.
like crazy.
So yeah, I'm gonna go essentially attempt to hijack the media feed as the host and just like begin narrating everything that they're doing in the traditional informational video sort of way, like knowing that it's being broadcast and just like, oh right, and this is the Schmorgatorg that goes here and that connects to the subspace.
Give me a presence plus engineering roll.
2 successes, and we have a lot
You
of
got
momentum.
a 1 in engineering there, huh, buddy?
Hey buddy, I got a good presence though.
Yep.
Nice.
Spending some momentum.
Yep, gonna do that.
Maybe a
Get
couple
that
of
extra
them.
die.
Can I throw?
Actually, what happens if I use determination?
If you use determination, you get an automatic success. So you get 1 success before you even roll the dice. But you can only spend 1 per session unless I give you another one, which I'm probably not going to do because I
Right.
constantly forget that it exists.
Right. No, it's like the inspiration mechanic.
Yeah, it's like
definitely.
inspiration hero points. I
Yeah,
always
dude,
forget that it exists,
whatever.
but you get 1 every session, so you may as well use it.
Smoke them if you got it.
I'm gonna use my determination
Okay.
and
3
some
dice.
momentum,
Okay.
and we gonna do this.
Come on.
And
12 and under.
You need to achieve a single success on those dice.
Come on, baby.
In
8?
order
Does that
to-
count?
I do not believe that you meant to roll that die.
Barely.
1.
You
I
got one?
I got
That's
one.
what you needed. So you definitely have the reporter's attention, but
Yeah.
you also have the camera folks who
Just grab the
are
reporters like
trying to film everything you're talking about, which is definitely getting in the way of the construction.
Sure.
But you are maintaining a positive,
Yeah,
a
and, like,
positive direction on it.
Their attention and focus.
And they do ask questions about, what world are you from? And they do not seem to be anti-alien. They seem to be here. You almost get the feeling that they're here to try to put the media spin in the right direction.
Oh, cool. Yeah, this good team.
Yeah.
Great.
The liberal media has arrived.
Yes, right, exactly. Luckily, Alatar is not here. So, yeah. And then at which point, I'm like, well,
Fox News is 10 minutes behind.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I got time is short. I know I got to make a good first impression, but I'm good at making first impressions. And so, I'll talk about Rising. I'll talk about the Federation. I'll talk about all of the incredible things that are about to happen for these people and like what it was like. Can I paint the picture of what Rycia was like before Federation, and then like the peaceful utopia that is legitimately where I come from?
Yep.
I'm gonna.
One of them does break off to ask to ask Jack where he's from because he also looks different than everybody else.
Yeah.
They are very curious about the thing on your head though, and whether or not it's ornamental or if it's biological.
Well, I am open
Yes.
and insightful. Yes, and I'll explain to them. This is like our tag that is part of like our identity. Is that actually true?
That is actually true.
The
Yeah.
lore. Okay, cool. And that like everyone, every Rycian you meet will have one that is differentiated toward them, and it's sort of like if our name was a symbol. Are you familiar with Prince?
The ancient Earth artist.
the 20th and early 21st century
with
artist.
classical music. Do you guys like music? Anyway, and Trill, super
I
awesome.
am a Trill. My name is Toros Jack. I go by Spec. I don't like
They are
people.
recording vocal and everything.
That was not. That's Spec. He's really good. I mean, some guys are back of the house as opposed to front of the house. You guys have restaurants. You get it.
We fully understand.
And I'm happy to field any and all questions. Like, we're really thrilled to be here. I have never seen such exotic skies, and it's beautiful here.
Speaking of Prince, is the rain also purple?
Actually, since it's just a refraction of light, probably.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, the seas are probably
That's all I can
purple
say.
too. The seas are probably purple because it's just the sky reflecting off the water.
Is there smoke on the water?
There is not currently smoke
Deep
on the
purple.
water.
I
There's not
mean,
currently smoke on the
right?
water.
No. Well, once
But there
wildfire
is
gets there.
often smoke on the water when it's a
Yeah.
little cooler in the mornings,
Fire
before
in the
the
sky.
UV burns it off.
Fair. Yeah.
I would like another. This time, I would like a reason plus engineering check. You are being aided by your science bro, so feel free to add another die to it, unless your science bro wishes to do something else. and it is a difficulty 2 task because of the interference from
Me?
the media. Yep.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you.
You got this, Tony.
You said engineering.
Yep.
We need another cyber spanner over here.
Reason plus engineering.
I'm gonna do another momentum and do the whole cautious engineering
Okay.
Yeah, man.
because that seemed to work out pretty well.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's 3 successes.
All right. Throw another momentum in the pool, and you are working hard and getting this thing set up.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Only to tear it down.
the arrival of the
Probably.
press seems to have greatly irritated the crowd. It's almost as if they
That makes sense.
recognize these TV stations that are present, and none of them represent their idea of what should be
That sounds
reported.
about right.
So I would like you, in your continued interaction with the crowd, to give me a presence plus command check.
Yeah.
I
felt like I should be back over there.
Yep. The,
just
the
like-
media interference will require you to get 2 successes.
And I'm just with my new
And you know what?
friends.
You
just
know
like
what?
These guys, right?
Ooh, he's gonna threat you.
I'm raising the complication level to 19. Or reducing the complication level to 19.
Can you tell me again what I'm rolling? Sorry.
You are rolling
Presence and
2
command.
dice, unless you spend for more. You need 2 successes. It is presence and command. And
Go ahead and take it.
Can I take 2?
You can.
and you create a complication on a 19 and 20 instead of just a 20.
Yeah.
Let's take 2, huh?
So then we'd have to use
Yep.
all of the
Okay.
momentums.
No, just one more.
Yeah.
No,
So
Two more.
Oh, yeah,
Buy a
yeah.
second
It
dice, it's
escalates.
2.
Yep.
Yeah.
it's 2 to buy a second die.
Do you want to use a sec? Did you got 4?
Yeah, I got 4.
Great. Okay.
15 and under, man. You got
Yeah,
this.
15 or under is what I'm looking for.
Do you get a re-roll because you have cautious?
Ooh.
That's pretty good.
Ooh.
I have the delta symbol,
That's 2
and
successes.
then I have 3 more
So
successes.
5 successes.
Wow, that is
More successes
that is
than I have
3
died.
more momentum in the into the pool.
I'll just put the ones we just had.
Yep.
Yay!
Did
Nice.
Ty see that?
I did. And I'm like just taking it off, just like.
Here you go, Reed Metal.
You are managing to bring down the irritation of the crowd a little bit, but they still are they're still not really happy that these people are here, but they understand that you know where they're coming from. So you get a lot more of like they seem to be pushing things your way and sort of giving you slaps on the back, and we know what's going on here, but I know you can't tell us the truth. But we understand that you're really just doing your job. And if you were allowed, if you weren't a government crony, you would totally tell us the truth about what's going on.
Yeah.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Look, it's just a paycheck. Gotta feed the family. That's the only reason I'm here, which is not true at all, because
About the only thing you're doing.
I think actually, I honestly think maybe a lot of what I'm talking to them about might be the antithesis of one of my values, which is how righteous Starfleet is.
Yeah.
So I think that a lot of this isn't true to my heart of what I'm saying, but would be true to my upbringing on the frontier, or at least what I've been exposed to on the frontier.
Are you challenging that value and starting to believe that maybe Starfleet needs to stay out of the internal affairs of planets, or are you still believing that and just saying it even though you don't believe it?
I think I'm still believing it, but it's not awesome when you're here to bring the peace and people don't want it.
Okay, do me a favor and give me a control plus command check. You only need 1 success.
Okay. 13. 1 success and 1 failure.
Okay. You do notice that somebody recorded you saying that you were only getting a paycheck, and right now they're eating it out to the world. It's just your job. You're just here for the paycheck. They're eating that out to the world. But otherwise, you feel like they're at least buying. They're buying buying what you're feeding them. So
I love what I do.
it is time
Work
for
is how I
another
relax.
engineering check, but this time we are making an insight plus engineering check.
Woof.
As the main systems are put together, and you are,
Oh yeah.
given the current situation, you're looking at ways to speed up the process
I like that. idea.
So give me an insight plus engineering check, and if Science Bro would like to assist, you can of
I
course
would
have an
love to
extra die.
assist. 'Cause we're probably on power regulation.
Would this be attempting
Yep.
a
That's one of my
task
focuses.
Oh,
using
okay.
engineering or science? So I have testing a theory. So long as I
in-
succeeded at a previous task covering the same scientific or technological field, I can roll one additional d20.
Yes. Go for it.
Yeah, so 4
And-
because you're helping.
I am going to reduce the difficulty by 1
Oh,
because of
My
Jack's
power-
focus on power systems.
nice.
Yeah.
You know this stuff.
Yeah. Now
I minored in this stuff, but you know this.
Yeah, we're trying to like feed this. We're
Yep.
getting.
Oh,
the power
yeah, I
regulators
got you.
online.
Yeah.
This is my bread and butter.
Word. Let's do this. That's a weird one. Great. That's not good. So I got 2 successes, but 1 critical failure.
Okay, so you gain 1 momentum because the 20 doesn't take away a success, and you
Okay.
only needed 1 because of the focus.
Okay.
However, as you hook the power systems up, the system begins to charge, and
Oh, looks good.
you are going to have the no long range communication trait
Oh,
for the but only for the remainder of the scene.
Oh, well, hopefully everything in the
That should
capital is going.
hopefully everything's fine.
Great.
At that point,
No, I said right on red.
the 2 reporters apparently hear something in their ears, and they stop
This just
asking
in.
questions. And they turn to each other, and they have a very quick conversation about, wait a minute, what's the breaking news? Where's this story coming from? And one of them calls over the cameraman, who swings his camera around and pulls it up and starts dialing some digits, and brings in a live news broadcast from the city.
Can I like?
You certainly may. You know what? That is a 0 difficulty task, but because your momentum pool is low and we're getting close to the end of a scene, I would like to allow you to roll that. So give me an insight plus security check.
Nice.
Okay.
You do not it is a 0 difficulty task, which means you can't fail it, but every success you get
Helps.
adds a momentum to the pool.
Okay.
Sure.
No reason not to. Should I? You guys want to use more? What? Or
No, I think if you roll 3, well, I don't know. I don't know.
no, you tell me.
Yeah, you're just rolling 3 dice under those 2 skills,
Yeah.
under those 2 abilities added together, and
I like
every
adding
success you get adds momentum.
Hey.
Critical success
All right,
Another
that's 2.
success.
and another success.
All right. Add 3 momentum to the pool, which means you guys are capped out at 6.
So
Hooray.
smoke them if you got them.
As you are looking over the shoulder, her shoulder, you see a man who looks completely human, wearing what looks like a Federation encounter suit, like the ones you guys are wearing,
Great.
who is going on the record with a local news station to confess that he is a hireling of the federal government, and everything that's going on right now is a complete fallacy and an attempt of the liberal government to overthrow the individual rights of the people, and that it's time for the protesters to rise up and defend their world from the lies of their own government.
Who is this person saying this?
I don't think
He appears to be a Federation ensign,
Can I-
perfectly human, wearing something very similar to your suits, but not perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, can you get me on there so I can debate this? Talk to that guy.
This feed is coming from a different station. We might be able to arrange something. I can make a call.
Can I also ask just my friends? Like, this is one of your guys, right?
Your friends are picking this up on their own communicators, and things are starting to look really
Really bad.
bad.
Well, it just confirms what.
Some of the people that you've been talking to directly seem to be fine, but there are some guys in the back that are looking like they're like reaching down for rocks.
Friggin' knew it.
But nothing has changed. This is what you believed before.
But now there's an actual confession, and nothing sets off a nice riot.
But you recognize this guy.
Some of them, no, they don't recognize this
Okay.
guy, because these guys do not look completely human. So a couple of some of the protesters in the back look like they're about to get rowdy, and as they do, scene ends, and the act ends.
Uh-oh. And across our communicators. Chirp, 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 chirp.
That's the best case scenario for us. Because we could just...
GTFO.
Yeah.
You just gonna throw the bomb in the crowd and get on the shuttle?
Yep.
And as the scene ends, if you were to receive a long range communication telling you to pull out,
We couldn't.
you can't because long range communication is down.
Oh.
Which also interferes with the reporters trying to call back to their stations
Sure.
to get you some
Sure.
airtime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
Awesome. I feel really good about this.
I feel like our circumstances haven't really changed much.
I would
so
agree.
I'm going to keep doing this space relay.
Same.
So, as we move into Act 3, just for my edification, we have our liaison officer standing back near the rig, our engineering and science officer standing back near the rig, our ops manager out here. We have 2 reporters. Those aren't they are not going to be blue. They're from different stations. We have 2 reporters over here, and we have a crowd of people over here, but 3 of them in the back have picked up rocks and are beginning to throw. And
Sensitive equipment.
At the comms relay?
at the comms relay, and those 2 that are putting it together. So because they are initiating things, they get to go first, or one of them does. And I'm going to randomly determine a target. It will either be the array, or it will be one of the 2 of you. Let's see, Tony, you will be 1.
Okay.
You will be 2. The blanks will be nothing, and the Klingon symbols will be the array.
Cool.
There's a Klingon symbol, so the first rock is being thrown at the array.
No. Take me instead.
He got 2 successes. So the rock slams into the array, and like
hey.
one of the power cables like pops out a little bit. It doesn't fully disconnect.
Coupling.
But it's the coupling sort of like gives way as the rock scatters to the ground. And with that, his turn is over. And because they're rioting, I'm going to burn one of my threat to retain initiative.
Okay.
As the second one begins to throw a rock. This one, he's flinging it at the array, but he doesn't have particularly good aim, so it is coming towards Ensign Jack.
Oh.
He got 2 successes.
You said take me instead.
You did say take me instead.
It was going for the array, and I threw myself in front of it because I saw the other coupling come loose, and I was like, no!
The rock does 1 damage, or 1 die, plus his 2 dice in security. So
Oh, man. And that is related as stress to me? Is
that is related as stress to you. And unfortunately,
Oh,
I rolled
4.
I rolled 1 point, and I also rolled 2 effect,
Oh, good.
which is an injury. So you may spend 2. You may spend 2 momentum to offset the injury and like take it to the arm or take it to the knee.
Okay.
If you take the injury, you will go unconscious for the rest of the scene.
I'm the first aid guy.
Gets knocked out with a
I'm gonna try to, as I'm throwing myself in front of it, I will burn 2 momentum to
Okay.
like tuck and roll into it as I see this rock
Okay.
coming at me.
So
guys.
since you're tucking and rolling, we're going to say that you take the rock to the shoulder,
Yep.
And it doesn't break anything, but it's a very serious bruise, and it's going to impact your ability to actually assist with the construction until you have a chance to recover.
Fair.
And you did take a total of 6 stress.
Oh.
Take me instead.
So yeah, it was
Famous
like-
last word.
No! Wow! I like bang my head on the back of the array and then
Gosh.
fall to the ground.
All right. However, I cannot retain initiative again, so it is your turn. So you can decide who goes first.
Ah,
These 2 guys stepped up a little bit when they threw
Yeah.
their rocks through the crowd. This guy's still standing in the back.
I mean, I think I would probably try to put the power supply that got, like, fix what got hit by the rock.
Okay.
Is what I.
So
was-
go ahead and give me a at this point it's already been taken care of. So give me a reason plus engineering check.
Yeah. Okay.
can I assist in any way in combat or not?
like-
You can assist, but you would have to retain initiative to do it. So you could go first and say, I'm going to assist, and then burn a momentum to retain initiative. 1 or 2 momentum to retain initiative. It's on the momentum spend
Oh
sheet.
yeah. So it's like who's? Oh,
and
I see.
then
'Cause after I go,
Tony
then
could
it's their
go, and
turn.
then you could give him the assist.
Right.
So I don't have to go first, but that's what I
Mhm.
was going to do on our turn, whatever that may be. So someone
Well,
else.
why
could
don't you
go
just
first,
try
though.
it first?
Now, the other thing that could be done, the other thing that you can do in this situation is that Sheridan can command you to fix it, which gives you an extra die and lets you act on his turn.
Oh.
You would still be able to take your own turn when the time comes, because that would use Sheridan's turn. He would just need to make a. I would say I'd let you use daring plus command check in order to give him the extra die.
Sure.
Would you care to do that? Do you
And
want to do
then,
that?
well, then we could
Wasn't
burn.
my first thought to just fix it during an active threat necessarily.
Sure.
Fair.
Different concerns.
Mhm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It wasn't in my head.
Well, we could.
Fair.
You could be like, get that coupling back online. You wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, these guys are coming at us with rocks.
Yep.
Here's my bomb.
yeah. Like, oh, they got rocks.
No, they don't know.
Phasers on kill.
All right. So I would just try to fix it if you saw me go down.
Yeah. I would
Maybe
try to.
that's
I would
what
try
you
to
would
fix
wanna
it.
Okay, then go for it.
Sorry, Tony.
Oh, I don't care. That makes sense to me that you wouldn't.
We
Yeah.
have one job.
Wait, do I get 2 die or 3?
You get 2 dice unless you spend momentum. You do still have media interference, so you do need 2 successes.
Okay, let's do that. And when I spend momentum, I can reroll 1
Awesome.
with
3 dice for the
cautious
reroll.
engineering.
Yeah.
Yikes. Hey, I get to reroll it.
Oh, that's true. Come on.
Nice. 2 successes.
Okay, so you are able to reattach the coupling, which brings
Something, reroute it.
Now you have the choice right now of spending 2 momentum to maintain initiative or retain initiative, or it goes back to the last of my guys.
I have that choice?
Yes, because it's your turn. So
I
you
guess
can burn
collectively
2
we
momentum
have
to
that
retain
choice.
initiative.
Oh.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
Yeah, fair enough,
you can
yeah.
talk
We can
about
decide who
I
goes.
understand.
Yeah.
So do we want to get another action in before this other guy throws his rock? That's what we do. It would empty our pool of momentum. So
I don't think we do. I don't think we retain right
I
now.
mean, he's going to throw one more.
Yeah.
thing.
Maybe.
It might- Although,
But then
one
we-
dude's rock nearly took all of me out.
He rolled really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's never
do-
going to happen again, okay?
We would get tasks after
Mhm.
this.
Yes. Yeah.
It goes back
If
and
my
forth.
third guy goes, I'm done, and then it's just the 3 of you in whatever order you want.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's why I'm like,
Yeah, let
he
him
already
go.
retained,
Yeah, let
so
him
I'm like,
go.
let's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let him go, and then we can diffuse the
Figure it out.
situation after they're
It's
done.
just one rock. How bad could it be? It's like bleeding. Eyeballs hanging out of the sockets. Shoulders definitely dislocated.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's my turn.
Yes.
It is your
Yes.
turn. Guy with rock. And red.
I am spending this threat as the third guy pulls a gun.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God. Phasers to kill.
I'm dead. They escalated it, though. So that was...
That's true, they did.
They bring a knife, you bring a gun. That's the Chicago way.
Keep in mind though that if you attack to kill, you still add to, you still
add
give me
threat,
threat
That's
because
fair.
the Starfleet way would be to stun him before
Right,
he
neutralize-
hurts anybody.
neutralize.
Yep. So he is going to take a shot at.
No!
Not my array.
Better than one of you guys.
Is it though?
Yes. That's just stuff.
He only rolled one success,
Okay.
which is enough, but it's not going to.
Ding.
And I did not roll well. I rolled a total of 3 with no effects. It does do superficial damage to the array, but the array itself, because of the materials of its construction, basically has 2 armor. You only take 5 because you have the armor.
Fair enough.
The array takes 1 point, which is not sufficient enough to do any significant damage. But the array does have 1 point of stress on it now.
Okay.
And that is the end of the antagonist's turn. So the 3 remaining players can go in whatever order to do whatever you desire.
I know what I would like to do.
I know what I want to do.
I would like to go before you.
That's not what I want to do. That's not what I want to do.
What do you want to do? Well, let's talk about this because we're in subliminal space time.
Yeah.
We're talking about.
So what do you want to do?
Are we in subspace talk?
We're in super
Yes.
subspace.
Subspace.
You're
What
in
are you
subspace
doing?
talk.
What do you want to do?
I want to diffuse, but I wanted to use a very commanding presence and command them to stand down by using a show of force. What I wanted to do was shoot a rock out of the air while telling them to quit it. But now I feel like I'm focused with stun still. Phaser set to stun, but I want to knock the gun out of their hand while yelling at all of them to stop. I don't know if that command would work or not, but that's what I want to do.
Let me tell you how you can do that. You can make a daring plus command roll, aiming for the gun, or you can make a daring plus security roll. In either case, first you have to hit, and then you're going to have to get at least 1 effect on one of your dice, which means the delta.
Mhm.
Because in order to target a weapon, you need to have at least 1 effect on the die.
Okay. Okay. What did you want to do?
So I have the Rizian Judo
Mm-hmm.
and emergency response systems and initiative yields results. So I was just gonna try to beeline it and
Take it out.
yeah, essentially, yeah,
Give me that.
yeah, disarm him peacefully.
I mean, I feel like you could get there before I do, potentially.
Yeah, I don't know,
I mean, not
game
before a
mechanically.
phaser stun.
Well, then you could save your command motion.
You are closer. You're at medium range over here. You are at close range over here. You're not quite in reach. So you would get to him first because it would only take you 1 move action to get there, or none if you're going to shoot. Whereas you would need to spend a move action to move into range before making the attack.
Meaning.
And you would need to buy a second minor action to get to him because you need to move 2 zones. So in that case, you would need to burn a momentum to get the second minor action to move 2 zones, and then do the task of attempting to use the judo to bring him down.
Would that task be easier than him shooting the gun out of his hand?
You would not need effect, but you would be doing a melee attack. And let me explain the difference between a ranged attack and a melee attack. In a melee attack, you make an attack roll. He makes a defense roll. Whoever wins gets to decide what happens.
Yeah.
Which means if he wins that challenge, he can decide to do damage to you.
Yeah.
Or he can just decide to brush you aside or whatever he wants to do. Given their current state, it's probably risky to charge a guy with a gun, because if he wins, he will at least pistol whip you, basically.
Yes.
Mhm.
What do you want to do?
I was gonna go get a phaser and
Move to the shuttle, get a phaser. That you can do that easily.
limping with my arm
Yep.
cradled.
You can do that first if you'd like, because it doesn't affect what either of them are doing.
So, yeah, I'm assuming there's some kind of medical kit, or like a hypo spray or
Yeah.
something that
Yep.
I could.
There's
Alright.
a medical kit in the shuttle.
Okay, that's
Alright.
where I'm heading.
Then I'll go attempt to position myself to intercept the 2. Do they appear to be reaching for guns?
No,
Okay.
they do not.
But they are approaching the array.
That's just cousin.
Yes.
Pedro. He brought his
Yep.
gun.
Okay.
So we're gonna move our science officer over to the shuttle, as he is getting a med kit for himself or a phaser.
Next
Maybe
time,
both.
And yes, you did take your own action. It was a command action, so you don't get a second one. So without a momentum spend on your turn. So yeah, so you two, what order do you want to go in?
I also feel like I would need help from our momentum pool.
Oh, I feel like you're gonna. Yeah.
And I feel like
Oh,
this
yeah.
is a big moment. And so I also have the ability to use just my drive and spirit and courage to add 3 more. I would use my determination,
Yeah.
but I would add 3 more points to the momentum pool.
That sounds like a great idea.
And I feel like I should do that before, unless that
Well,
takes my
that's
act- that takes my
that's
task.
if you succeed at the action, you add 3 extra momentum.
Okay.
So as long as you make the shot,
Yeah,
which
use
is
the
a
2.
single success, then you
Can use my determination.
would get you would add 3 points to the
Momentum.
pool. But you have to make that decision before you roll the die because you have to. There's a risk there.
Sure.
Yeah, do it.
Go for it, man.
And I
use
feel like I'm going to take
momentum.
1 at least.
Oh, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
definitely.
And
that's all
I
you
mean, I need
can't really
a critical success here, though, too, don't I?
No, what you
Oh.
need is a single success, which you
'Cause
get
then you're gonna roll
automatically when you
the-
spend
you're gonna roll-
determination. So
Oh,
you
okay.
have reduced the effect. You've reduced the check to a 0 difficulty
Okay.
because you spend the determination, you get the automatic success. So if you spend momentum and roll 3 dice, every success you get is additional momentum into the pool, and then you add 3 more on top of it to a maximum of 6.
Yeah.
But
but-
you have succeeded. You just haven't rolled the effect dice yet.
Yeah, which is what
Right.
you're gonna do.
And that's going to be what determines if you shoot the gun out of his hand.
Yeah, or if you hit him with a stun blast.
Either way, these space age weapons are about to blow these people's minds.
I mean, is it a gun gun? Is it a bullet gun?
It's a
Like,
bullet. It's a
yeah.
it's a slug thrower. Yeah.
Slug thrower.
Some kind of propellant.
I
some
think you
kind
said
of-
daring in command.
Yep.
And 3 die.
Daring in command or
And
daring
I
in
need
security.
1 success, 14
Yep.
or better.
You get no success. Yo, you use your determination.
Yeah, you
didn't you?
use your determination, so you automatically succeed. So
Yeah.
every
So this
success
is
you
just
get is
extra.
additional momentum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just
Yeah.
for funsies and bonus.
3
3
successes.
Okay, so you get 3 momentum plus you add 3 for the other thing, so you max out to 6. So you have all
Strong
6
word.
momentum in the
Throw 'em all
pool right
back
now.
in there, baby. Cowboy.
Now you have to see if you
Now,
get the effect.
what is the damage
other
on the
way.
phaser? There should be a number in there.
Type 1.
Type 1. I was going to ask.
And then
Already
it says
shot.
the little number there.
Yeah, there's
It
a
says,
number
it
to the
says
right.
5.
Okay.
It says
Shoot
phaser type 1
first.
5, and I was going to ask about the quality of charge and hidden 1.
Okay, charge basically means that the phaser can run out of energy eventually.
Okay.
Hidden, because it's a hand phaser, it fits in a pocket.
So we can bring it with us, and it
Yeah.
would be fine.
Yeah.
You don't have
You
to
said-
keep it on the ship.
Yeah, well, you specifically said you had yours, and I specifically said we're leaving these on the shuttle.
Because there are two, there's a type 1 and a type 2 phaser. One of them can't be hidden because it actually has a handle and everything. The type 2 phaser like fits in the palm of your hand, almost like a garage remote.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So the 5.
You get you get 5 black dice, 5 effect dice, plus 1 for each point of security you have.
Whoa.
So 3 more.
So you roll a total of 8 effect dice, and as long as at least one of them is a Starfleet symbol, you'll hit the weapon and not the wielder.
Person. 2 Starfleet.
Two deltas.
And then
Okay.
2 blasty dudes.
Okay, so
3 blasty dudes.
so a total of 5 with two effect.
correct.
Yes.
Okay, so you don't just knock the gun out of his hand; you destroy it. When you hit the gun, it goes flying and it just falls into pieces on the ground.
Nice.
dope.
Nice.
The second effect was enough to destroy the weapon
Nice.
with the damage and everything.
And that's called cowboy diplomacy.
That's
which
called
is a
cowboy
value-
diplomacy.
A value of mine, right
which is
there.
a value of yours that you are not challenging.
Boy.
Draw. And so you are making your way across to these guys.
Yeah, well, I just want to I want to put myself.
In between.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to enter so that they will have
Okay.
to run into me,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna strike some Karate Kid, Ricey judo pose to try to intimidate them.
Okay, well these guys are close, so you could actually clear to one of them now if you want to, and flip them down, or you can just impose yourself. It doesn't matter.
Go to sleep.
Well, I'm trying to.
You can also prepare. You can also
Yeah, I would
move as your minor and take your regular
Yeah.
your regular task to prepare in case one of them tries to run past you.
That's what I would like to do.
Okay.
That hold action, because I'm curious what destroying the gun and all of that is going to do
To their-
psychology at
Yeah.
the moment. So between that and I'm just going to try to look, give them a crazy eye and look intimidating.
You could you could attempt to intimidate them to stop, since the gun just went off, and you could use a command plus presence check to just try to
Oh
get
yeah,
them to stand
no, I would
down.
totally do that. Be like,
Okay.
you don't want none of this. Stand down.
Okay, there are 2 of them, so you will need 2 successes. You'll need 1 success for each of them.
We have all kinds of momentum.
You have
Yeah.
all the momentum in the world right now.
And my determination is gone now, also.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I will. Yeah, it may as well use at least
2.
3. Yeah,
Okay.
3 total.
Yeah, burn 3 of those babies and throw 4 dice.
Yeah, may as well.
And it is presence plus
Command.
presence plus command.
2.
But with a
1 critical failure.
but
Okay,
two
so
successes.
2 successes plus complication.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay, so what happens basically is they stop.
What happened?
The shooting the gun out of the hand was enough to intimidate them. You telling them to stand down, they stand down, but they are not on your side anymore. At this point, they're like, okay, you
We have drawn a line.
you
in
drew
the
down
sand.
on them, even though you didn't hurt them. You've lost the love of the crowd,
Great.
Oh, yeah.
and we were out of combat.
Well, I'm just gonna keep working on this
Try to repair our raid.
subspace
Now,
communication. No,
damage.
it was just superficial. It didn't actually hurt anything.
Can I fix myself up so I don't have to worry about
Give me a control plus medicine check.
have field medicine talent?
Then you gain
first aid
then you
focus.
gain an additional die.
Awesome. So
What does the field medicine talent say that it gives you on the thing?
when attempting a medicine task, I ignore any increase in difficulty for working without the proper tools or equipment.
Okay,
But I have the proper tools.
but you are also working on yourself, so you're ignoring the penalty that I'm going to just say that you ignore that penalty as well.
Okay. So it's just 2 dice.
It's a base 2 dice plus 1 for the focus,
Okay. Great.
for the first aid focus.
Here we go. Gonna try to hypo spray myself up here. And it was medicine and
Control
Control?
plus medicine.
1 success.
Okay, roll 3 dice for me, 3 effect dice.
1 delta.
Okay, so you can remove 4 of the 5 stress
Hooray!
by dulling your pain sensors.
Just gonna take some morphine back.
Some
here.
painkillers,
Don't worry about it. 2 Advil. Call you in the morning. All right.
You guys can look forward to good drugs like these from the Federation.
Yeah.
And
I was at death's door not 2 seconds ago.
as you come out
I
hypo
forgot.
spraying yourself and walk out, the scene ends with a communicate with a long range communication coming through by Commander Greer, who asks the 4 of you to meet in the shuttle because they are going to relay communications through the ship so that they can discuss the current situation.
I don't feel
Exciting.
great about leaving this by itself.
It's just outside. Like it's like 20 feet away.
And
All
that is the
4 of us don't
end
need to
of
go
the
in.
scene.
Also that.
I think I have something that'll help with this.
Yeah, he did say the team, but it's
That's
up
fair.
to you to decide what that means.
I wonder, like the crowd control is still an issue, obviously.
Well, yes and no.
I mean,
like
I have
they're
a-
intimidated to stop, but we're not. We've drawn a line in the sand if we're opposing now. There's no crossing that picket line anymore.
Draw a line in the sand.
But it seems like they're like, oh crap, you got some technology that we don't want to screw with, and we're not, ready for that. But we're not going to be, what's it called, like, appealing to your situation anymore.
Well, if we're using if this task is being assisted by the ship's computers or sensors,
You should go inside.
then I can help generate momentum for information gathering.
You
I
should
can
go
also
inside.
assist, which generates some bonus momentum.
You
Okay.
both should go inside,
So these will help when we're
And
trying
you
to like,
should-
dial in the.
and we should be
ship's
back. And I'll keep
relay.
building, and you can
Maybe?
keep an eye on the crowd.
Can hope.
Okay.
I have to
Okay.
I don't think they're all 4 of us need to be there because the second we all leave, they're just
Oh,
gonna like
it's
dismantle it, and that's not our job.
Does the crowd still believe in the conspiracy, or have we shown them some?
Oh, they still believe in the
fantastical thing?
conspiracy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just some government weapon that hasn't been shown to
Yeah.
the public.
Okay.
And now they have a public confession from one of our co-conspirators.
Yep.
And both of you have dropped lines that imply that they were right in the first place. So they're going pretty deep on this.
I'm just here to assemble a subspace relay and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
All right. So as you walk up to the crowd to try to keep the situation in hand and keep an eye on them, the two of you go into the ship. I would like Ensign Madonna, if you would be so kind, to give me an insight plus security check.
Uh-oh. I'm going to take a momentum. Jeez. Good God. Crap. One success.
Okay.
No complications.
Roll 5 effect dice for me, please.
They ready to blow. Good lord.
So is that, I think it's 4? Like 4 damage or whatever?
4 total?
4 total with 1 effect.
With 1 effect. Okay.
No, 3 total with 1 effect.
No, I think the effect counts as 1.
The effect counts as 1.
Okay.
It just gives something on top of it if it's not being countered by another effect.
So 4 total, 1 effect.
Okay. So you guys step into the ship, and the commander is on the other side. So please give me. This is going to be a communication systems check.
What the hell is
So this is a reason plus con check in order to get clear communications through from the ship, being relayed by the ship from the ship.
I've got a 13.
You have a bonus.
I'm not there.
I believe.
Yes.
Me either.
So if I'm attempting a task that is being assisted by the ship's computers or sensors, or using a tricorder, I generate 1 bonus momentum. Which
Well,
can
the
only
ship
be
does-
used on the obtain information.
That's
momentum?
exactly what I was
Okay, I will
saying
explain
on
that in a
this one.
second. But first, this ship does have a relay to the ship's computer, so you can use the computer on the on the shuttle to assist. Now, what that extra momentum is for? When you do a task like this, you can spend momentum to gain additional pieces of information.
Got it.
So in this situation, after talking with the commander, you could take that extra momentum and spend it to ask me a question about his attitude or the things that he said to you, or maybe something else related to the conversation
Okay.
that he might not have disclosed for his own reasons.
Gotcha.
And if we were both in there
Mhm.
and both,
You have that sort of same.
Yeah, I guess
talent.
you would be able to ask one, and you'd be able to ask
could
one.
we ask 2 questions?
First, yes, you can, because you currently have momentum. Because you can always spend
Oh,
momentum in this situation to ask additional questions. But one of you would be assisting, which would be giving an extra die, and only the talent only applies for one of you.
That makes sense.
So when you succeed, you would get an additional momentum that you could use for that. If you get multiple successes, you get multiple momentum in addition to that one, but that one can only be used for extra information.
Got it.
So you can still gain momentum normally, but that 1 extra point can only be used for gather information.
Okay.
I'm happy to assist you.
Okay.
You
I've got a 13 on this
understood
roll.
you understood Greer's message a lot better than I did last year.
Makes
I'm
sense.
happy to look over your
Yeah.
shoulder on this one.
All
And
right.
Okay, so take an extra
Cool.
die.
So I have 3
Mhm.
on his reason and con.
Yep.
All right. Nice. 3 successes. 5s.
Okay.
Triple 5s.
We do have communication issues because of the atmospheric interference, so you need 2. So you got an extra
3,
success. So you get 1 real momentum and 1 question momentum. But first, let's have the conversation.
Let's do it. I'm just keeping up tokens. Maybe I'm not supposed to do that. I don't know. All right. Commander?
It would appear that we have a situation that
Don't say.
what appears to be a member of Starfleet is reporting that we are not what we say we are. This has caused some rioting in the streets. It has demonstrated that the planet is clearly not ready for Federation membership, and I need you to begin disassembling the array. Effective immediately.
are you sure?
Sure about that.
Is that your question?
Like, come on.
Unfortunately, these orders come directly from the captain herself.
Captain says, "Get out."
Captain says, disassemble, pack it up, and bring it in.
Shouldn't we attempt to expose these people? They're obviously not from our ship. We're the only one in the sector.
Captain's orders are very precise. I need you to follow the letter of that order.
Tootling around. Understood, Commander.
All right, Greer out.
Great. I have questions.
Did you get a sense?
I have follow-up questions.
Did you get a sense that he wanted us to find an alternative solution there? Was there an undercurrent?
You can ask each other as many questions as you want, but just let me know when you have one for me.
Right.
And you get a free one, but you can also buy additional questions if you would
Right.
like.
With the two sitting there.
So I'd like to use my
Your free, the free one.
Okay.
freebie question that I generated by
Mhm.
Yes.
sensors. Did what do I want to say? Was the commander? Did he seem under? What was his general attitude? Was he under duress? Was he was he being forced to say this? In any? Was it really him? I guess is that like, was it a true order from him? Do I have any reason to suspect this communique to be?
You have no reason to suspect that the communication itself is false.
Okay.
That is the answer to your first question.
Yes.
Was it a video chat?
Yes.
Okay.
On
Zoom call.
Yeah, he was on screen.
Okay.
Brought him up.
He
Where
s-
was he? By the is that
Yeah.
is that information we would have gotten? Was
So
that
he
still in the
was
Capitol?
standing inside of a building. You saw white walls behind him.
Sure.
Green screen.
Screen. It's all fake.
Like,
This
wait,
is
so
all
we
fake.
failed? So the first ship that, like, came down and assessed this planet, like, they failed?
Well, they
And then-
made a what
There have
also
been
said
some, I believe there have been some complications.
Yeah.
Since first contact, that is making second contact far more
Difficult.
dangerous and difficult.
The first assessment was accurate, but maybe the situation has changed.
Yes.
I believe these political insurrections are
they thought they were ready, but the political insurrections
political
are making it so that
dissidents
they're
are
not.
causing problems and pushing away
The Federation, and they're like, okay, they're clearly not ready for this yet. Then, so
Sure.
we're piecing out.
And the captain can't, like think about something, like, from Earth's past and, like, figure out a solution that worked in Earth's past and figure out how to fix.
She don't have no cowboy leadership.
But wouldn't she, like, just read, just, like, have a historical knowledge?
Hey,
Like-
man.
Is this a failure on the captain?
I wouldn't say that to Captain Trask or Commander
I just
Clear.
wonder if we should give up or not. It feels like we're giving up.
It
You,
does
you
kind
can
of feel
still
like
you can ask me more questions if you like.
we have
I'm outside,
some
man.
more momentum. If we want to.
Yeah,
know
we're
what to
not allowed
ask.
to. I kind of have a question, but I'm not there. So
You can talk about it.
Yeah, we'll
I
bring
mean-
you guys in and relay what we heard. I mean, we can keep an eye out of the shuttle door.
I'd
I'm
be
sure
curious his
nobody's touching that.
personal disposition to it, because it's coming from Captain to tear it down. Clear orders, but I'd be curious his personal disposition.
Sure.
It's kind of like
can
what
ask
you're
that.
asking is like, are we giving up? Does he think that it's a lost cause just as much as the captain does, or is he kind of like, no, it's not? I don't know. That's kind of what we're debating about.
Was he telling us to be the heroes?
That's what I was asking.
That's the question.
Yes,
Sure.
like go on with it anyway. But
Was he unofficially asking us to intercede?
Do you have, by any means, since we're getting towards the end of Act 3, a previous host that may have had may have had a focus in interpersonal communications or cold read?
Yup.
Yeah, I think
I was a con
Jack,
man.
Jack was a symbiont with a counterintelligence agent, Trill.
Oh, what was his name?
His name was his name was what is that?
Barnaby.
Barnaby Joe. Barnaby Jack.
Barnaby Jack it is.
Barnaby Jack was a counterintelligence agent for the Trill government.
Fantastic. I'm going to give you some information for free because you spent the momentum, but I want you to roll a
For some extra
insight plus security check
Okay.
with a cold read focus, so you get an extra die.
Okay.
You need 1 success.
This feels like it might be a determination moment.
Do it, man.
Sorry
We're
to
almost
get
at the
this
end of Act 3.
information. Yeah. So my spy instincts are kicking in. Jack is like into this,
All right,
and I'm gonna burn my determination.
sure thing. Automatic success. Everything else is momentum.
Great. And it's you said insight and what?
In
security.
insight and security.
So 10. So 1 additional success.
Okay, so you get an additional momentum in the pool.
Hooray!
You're not exactly sure why or for what reason, but you definitely believe that there was deception in what he was saying.
Okay.
You have 2 momentum if you want to continue asking questions.
Deception, as in, yeah, he wasn't.
You definitely know that it was him,
Right.
but there was some underlying deception in what he was saying.
He didn't chirp 4 times or anything.
No, there hasn't been any. Well, long.
Well, he said he'd get in touch with us, or he would.
Or he would say, yeah, but he didn't say take it down.
He did not
Which is
say
what-
take it down.
The 3, yes, he did not say take it down. Like
That
as
was
far
the
as-
safe word.
Yep.
That was a safe word,
We established
and there were
that
no
first.
4 trips, so there wasn't actually.
Yeah. Fair enough.
The Ricey safe.
This time.
We can ask a question to get more clarification. On that,
You
I
can.
suppose.
What does this comms relay achieve by being active? Ship to planet communication?
I think it's
Interstellar communication.
Interstellar.
Yeah,
so
it sort of
it's
ties them
planet
into
to
the
Federation.
Yeah.
Like if we get it up,
Gets them online,
yeah. like
essentially.
is that an instant moment of clarity and achievement?
Well, we can certainly
How close is that?
call off planet to like a
You're
space station.
you're only a couple of rolls from getting this thing
Okay.
fully assembled. In fact, since nobody's told you to shut it down yet, give me a reason plus engineering roll with no help this time. You no longer have
Two.
media interference.
Just 2?
Yep.
then?
Just 2 dice,
Well-
but you only need 1 success.
Well,
Can
could
I-
I do the cautious engineering or no, the testing?
You
of
sure
theory?
may.
So I would either like to assist. So I have torn between 2 choices.
Uh-huh.
Either assisting him,
Mhm.
if I can, with like some insight and or reason, or going to talk to the reporters. Are they still like filming and broadcasting?
Yes.
Or are they?
Yep.
But we don't have the.
But they're further back now.
Yeah.
Right, and they're still broadcasting us.
Mm.
Okay.
Give me a
And everyone's
give me a insight plus con check.
me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. 2.
Yep.
Okay. 1 success.
You don't think they're actively broadcasting right now. You think they might be recording, but you don't think there's any signal going out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's not live stream.
Yeah.
If we
Uh,
got this comms relay online and showed them something so
To blow their mind. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would like to aid and assist Tony then in his
Okay.
job with insight.
Okay. Give me an extra die then.
So I think I'll do 4 because testing a theory adds 1 as well.
Okay.
And what am I rolling?
Engineering plus reason.
Reason engineering. 14. Tie goes to the runner.
Yep.
4 successes.
Okay, that's 3 extra momentum in the pool.
Nice.
Excellent.
Unless you would like to spend 2 of those momentum right now to gain an additional success,
Whoa.
and like an additional success
Speed
in
of
the to
tier.
speed things up in the extended challenge, because I'm not using those rules. You can
Yeah.
spend additional. You can
Gotcha.
spend momentum to give
I
yourself
like
Yeah.
that
an
idea.
Let's do
additional
that.
step towards completion.
Because we're feeling sort of importance that like we should probably finish this before
Time
it gets
pressure,
too late.
yeah.
I guess
because-
I should have probably used determination, but yeah.
That's all right. Maybe
It's
next
okay.
next time.
So burn those 2 to give yourself another automatic success on one of the extended tests.
Yes.
All right, back in the ship. What would you guys like to ask any additional clarifying questions?
I'm trying to think of like. So there's definitely he wasn't telling us the whole picture here. There
we
was
can
deception.
follow the letter of the law also and leave. but we could leave with some of them and the reporters and bring them all up to space and broadcast that this isn't
Are you
a
about to Star
conspiracy.
Trek Generations this? Because we're not doing that.
Is that not my own original thought?
I don't know.
I don't
I have no
Well,
idea.
they bring Zephram Cochrane up to the Enterprise.
yeah.
They show him
Yep.
all the shit that it happens because of you, because you achieved warp travel.
Yep.
So we're not going to Star Trek Generations then.
Okay. We're not going to episode
First-
2.
first contact.
First Contact. You're right. Sorry. Star Trek First Contact.
Okay.
No,
I get
we're
that
not doing
point.
First Contact. Thank you.
Please.
In the trivia contest.
Okay. I think
Actually, it was Star Trek First Contact.
okay, I think we should ask another question, but I want to know more about why he was deceiving or what was going on that we weren't seeing or hearing, and why didn't he say the code word? Why do we think he didn't say the code word?
Burn a momentum and ask a
The
question.
two code word, the two
Why-
code things.
If he really wanted us to get out of here, why didn't he use the code?
either of the
Yeah.
ways that he was going to tell us to get out.
Yeah.
that you
You
know
don't think
about.
the order was for you. You think the order was intended to be overheard. You don't think he was actually telling you to stand down.
So he was being like filmed or being recorded in a different way,
Maybe
you know,
under duress.
held by gunpoint,
Yeah.
if you
Well,
will.
we didn't actually ask that question. Do I think he was?
You don't think he was under duress.
Okay.
You think that he was deliberately
He
he's
was-
trying to deceive someone else.
So we need to play along for a little bit.
Well, going outside, I'm almost done, baby.
Yeah, you're just like tightening up the bolts.
Yeah.
Just
like I'm about to flip the switch.
Yeah.
Great. So here's what we do. We start packing up the crates. Like, don't actually pack them up, but bring the crates back onto the shuttle like we're packing it up. Like, just put the packing foam back in there. And be like, oh, well, I guess we're not going to get this thing up and running. I don't know.
Click.
And then in the meantime, we need to have an actual plan. This is just a cover up for what we're actually doing.
I mean,
we're
we
going to
come out-
finish your
It's
relay.
I think it might be done. I don't know if it's done.
I can assist on communication systems. I used to do that.
Yeah.
This whole time, you could have been doing my job. Great. All right. So what else?
So we're gonna pack up the crates. As
If you
it
spend
was-
one more momentum, I will clarify the answer I just gave.
Please clarify the answer we just
I'm
received.
just letting you know. You don't
Smoke 'em if you got 'em,
you- the order wasn't to take it down. You also don't think that he intended you to stop. You
Right.
get the feeling that he wants you to finish it and bring it online.
Yeah.
That was sort of, yeah. I think I was sort of,
Yeah.
and it feels like
Yep.
you're almost done. So we're
Yep.
we're just buying time at this point
Yeah.
and helping where we can,
Yeah.
but maybe doing it a little bit more covertly is what Jack is.
Sure.
That's what a Jack wants to do.
Sure.
Like, we're trying to cover our tracks and be a little less conspicuous about what we're doing.
Nothing to see. Nothing to see here.
All right, give me one more.
What is this behind
Give
your
me one
ear?
more reason plus engineering check to get this thing online.
Okay. Sweet. I will do that's the 3 then.
At like.
Or do you get a help, or do I not get?
Yeah, I can. If I'm the one that's out there, I'll
Mhm.
assist you and
Yep.
help with that.
And then testing
Uh,
a theory is a thing that I can do. So as long as I
Yep.
succeeded.
Been an insightful. Am I using? You're using insight and reason?
No.
Yes?
Reason and
And
engineering.
so I think you may re-roll a single d20.
I may.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we get an extra momentum if it works.
Cool. Do I have to re-roll?
No.
Because
You do
cool.
not.
4 successes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You bring the subspace relay online.
Oops. Oopsie.
And about 5 minutes later, as you guys start moving the crates in to make it look good, you notice that the the subspace relay actually activates.
What does that mean?
Right online.
That means that there's a communication going. There's an outbound or inbound communication
You've got mail.
through subspace.
Is it? Do we recognize the
Can we,
the signature, the code?
You don't have the capacity to do that from the relay without actually, going into the computers. But as that goes, as you notice that communication is happening, and you start to work on that, I'm not going to make you roll for this because you guys can easily do this. It's a difficulty 0 task, but I'm not going to make you roll for it because you're not going to need the momentum. The communication is coming. It's a two-way communication with Starfleet Command.
Sweet.
Roger.
And as you realize that, we go to commercial, and then we go to the denouement. Captain's log, supplemental. Thanks to a quick deception by Commander Greer, the alleged Starfleet officer claiming to be a fraud was exposed as a supporter of the anti-alien conspiracy attempting to deceive the Rosasian people. As a result, Alucard Dez, along with other conspiracy leaders, agreed to be taken aboard the Pasadena to communicate directly with Starfleet Command. After their tour, they denounced their conspiracy theories, and 65 Rosas is on its way to a full Federation membership once more. Great work by Starfleet's best and brightest. And then we cut back to you guys as
We're like,
Commander Greer comes by. Commander Greer comes walking up from the direction of the transport platform,
Oh, right.
and he's like, "Good work, guys. Sorry you got the boring job."
Boring. I had fun.
And that's where we cut the credits.
Nice.
yeah.
Good work
Any
on
medals,
saving the
or-
day, Cap.
Do we get any medals or?
No, not this time.
Nice.
Oh, I meant to hit my communicator. My bad.
Thank you for watching. Please donate to the
Links
cystic
down below.
cystic fibrosis. I'm sorry, it's very late here, and I'm from the East Coast. The Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. Link down in the description,
Yep.
as Tony said. And I hope you enjoyed yourself because I did, and
Yeah.
I think these guys did too.
Lots of fun.
Thanks, Ed, for hosting and running this game.
Yeah.
And thanks for checking out and coming to the peak, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Yeah. See you next
At
time.
the peak. I've always wanted to say that.